In this video, we're going to label the graphs of two different quadratics. The first one we're going to do is the one on the left, y equals negative x squared. To graph this, we're going to make a chart of x's and y's. And we get to pick the x's. We'll do negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. So we have negative parentheses negative 2 squared, which will be negative 4. Negative parentheses negative 1 squared is negative 1. 0 squared, well, negative 0 squared is still 0. Negative 1 squared equals negative 1. Negative 2 squared is equal to 4. Negative 4. The negative was outside the parentheses, so it's a negative 4. Okay. Now we're going to graph these points. 0, 0, negative 1, negative 1, positive 1, negative 1, positive 2, negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it looks like I need some more space, so let me move the table. And the last spot that I needed was negative 2, negative 4. Let's connect these points with the curve. And then the first thing we're going to label is, I've just been calling this a curve, but this curve is called a parabola. Or some people will say parabola. Parabola, parabola. It means that you're graphing a quadratic. A parabola is the name for a quadratic's graph. So there's the parabola. At the top of this parabola, this point here, this maximum, parabolas either have maximums or they have minimums, and this is a maximum, and this point, this peak of the graph is called the vertex, and this vertex is located at 0, 0. The vertex is a really important word when talking about quadratics. That's ugly. Let's use yellow. Vertex is an important word. Maximum or minimum is important. Parabola is the vocabulary word that you'll see in your word problems sometimes. And lastly, we have the middle line, the one that goes straight through the middle where everything is symmetric around. So this is called the axis of symmetry. And that's going through x equals 0. I don't know if I spelled symmetry right, but hopefully I did. So the key parts of a quadratic, of a parabola, are the vertex, the minimum or maximum, and the axis of symmetry. Let's do it one more time with this one on the right. Y equals x squared. Let's make another table of x's and y's. Negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. And we're just going to square each of these numbers, so I'm not going to show my work for that. 4, 1, 0, 1, 4. We have, I'll use a different color for this graph. 0, 0, negative 1, 1, negative 2, 4, 1, 1, and 2, 4. We're going to connect these with a curve. And we're going to label the vertex. The vertex, that's either the top or the bottom of a parabola. It's where the turnaround point is. This turnaround point is the vertex, and it happened at 0, 0 for this graph. It is the lowest point on the graph. 0, 0 is the lowest point, so that is called the minimum. The vertex happens at the minimum of this graph, and that's at 0, 0. And we have, once again, the axis of symmetry is going straight through the middle, which is at the origin. So the axis of symmetry here, axis of symmetry, is at x, no parentheses there, x equals 0. So we labeled the minimum, we labeled the vertex, we labeled the axis of symmetry. Let's go back to one of our earlier examples. And down here, at the bottom of this graph, that's the lowest point. So at the lowest point of this example is the minimum, and that's the vertex. And the vertex is at -4, -1.